Okay, I think I'm back. Let's see if you guys come back to this. I am so sorry. That first video is uploading right now. My tripod completely broke. So this might not be as clear as the first video, and I apologize. Let's see if I can get this going here and show you how to do the meatballs. And I will go through this really quickly because it is a new video. Hi, Allie. Thank you for sticking with me. I love you. Oh, boy. Oh, the perils of going live, you guys. Hi, Bargain Beauty. Thank you for coming in. Thanks, you guys. See, this is why I don't go live. There's too many things can go wrong. That first video is uploading. So it wasn't lost, thank goodness. The whole phone just fell. Luckily it didn't break, so we're good. So I'm gonna quickly go through what I did, how I did it for the meatballs, for those of everybody who wasn't on the first video. And I'm gonna bring this over here. Let's see how I can get you guys to see this. So I'm gonna move this. Okay, so this is my sauce. That first video was the sauce, and the sauce is coming along really good. It looks amazing. I just need to move it. Let's see. Oh, how am I going to do this? Okay. Hi, Grandma Cheap Cheap. Thank you for coming back in. I appreciate it. Okay, so to catch you guys up real quick, let's see, I don't want to get here. Okay, so I'm on my tablet right now. And the other video is just about uploaded. So the recipe for the meatballs that we're going to be doing: 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of ground pork. I used about 9 to 10 eggs, fresh garlic, fresh parsley, Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. Thank you, Missy. Welcome back too. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I really do. This is so frustrating. It's been such a frustrating week. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Try to get you guys to see this a little bit better. Let's move my laundry. Okay, so you guys can see all my cans and everything, my jars. Oh, where'd chat go? There we go. Okay. Hopefully this is on. It says it's still going. Okay. So, yeah. Let's see. I added not fresh oregano, but dried oregano. And I'm going to wet my hands to form the meatballs. And I will show you guys how to do that. Okay, hopefully this is working. I don't see you guys. Is anybody here? Can somebody post in chat real quick so I know that you guys are here? Because I don't see anybody. I see one person, 2 people, but I don't see chat. Why am I not seeing chat? There you guys are. Okay. Okay. There, okay. Yes. My hands are wet too. Okay, so I'm going to test this. I think this might be a little bit hot. But what I'm going to do is I'm taking a little bit like this, and I don't make them into balls. I kind of make them into egg-like little shapes, like that. A little bit flat, and then I put them in the hot oil. Oh good, the oil's not too hot. Okay. So, and I try to make them all the same, around the same size, consistent. Oh, I turned off my sauce. Don't want to do that. And I will show you guys the sauce. The sauce smells wonderful. So this is how I make meatballs. You form them just like that with wet hands. Do you make them like this, Ellie? I know a lot of people make them in balls. And mine are like egg-like things, egg-shaped ovals. This is how I was taught. This is how my mom said my grandma used to do it. So that's the way I do it. And I usually do it in corn oil. I'm using vegetable oil right now because that's what I have. Corn oil, to me, the flavor comes a little bit better. But really, I mean, it's good. You can use canola oil too if you use that. Whatever oil that you use is fine. I have tried this in olive oil and I don't like it. So for me, it's either corn oil or vegetable oil. Now, I think I am going to be putting this in the sauce since it is now 3:30. But if I jar this up, if I can it, I'm not going to can it with any whole meatballs in it. They will all be removed. So when I'm doing that, I par cook the meatballs. I don't cook them all the way. And the reason for that is that they cook in the sauce, and it gets the sauce flavor in with the meatballs, and it tastes amazing. Okay, time's still going. I'm hoping I don't lose this video. I shouldn't. Okay, let me wash my hands. Okay, I just checked my phone. The first video is up, and this one is up also. Deadhead, hello. Yes, I love good meatballs too. They are amazing. Okay, I'm going to stir the sauce again. Thank you guys all for bearing with me. I know this has been a long video with the sauce and then the meatballs. If you watch me from scratch, this is how I do it with fresh tomatoes. Let's see. There's some things I lost along the way here. Okay, and a fork. Okay, so we're back up to 5 people here. Let me turn this up a little bit. Sauce keeps bubbling. I'm gonna get some meatballs in there to cool it down a little bit. You don't want your meatballs burnt. You just want them browned. And then you turn them over and just brown the other side. If you're cooking them all the way through and adding them to your sauce later, when it's dinner time, make sure that they're thoroughly cooked through. If you're just adding them to sauce, then you don't need to worry about that because they'll continue cooking in the sauce. So, I'm gonna finish up these up. And turn up your heat as you add more meatballs because that is going to lower the temperature of your oil. Now, usually, if I'm doing a whole big batch of sauce, I will break up one of these, some of the meat and just put it into the sauce and have a meat sauce. But I want to can it, or I'm going to attempt to can it anyway. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough to can. But there's going to be bits of meat in it when I put the meatballs in it anyway. So I'm not going to add any extra meat to it. If I do wind up canning this, it is going to be pressure canned. You do have to pressure can it if there's any kind of meat in it. If you just do tomatoes and basil, oregano, just your spices, with no added vegetable, onion is fine. You can add a little bit of lemon juice to it, and you can water bath it, and you'll be fine. It's acidic enough to do that. If you add any kind of meat, it has to be pressure camped. Don't take chances. I know there's some videos out there with people doing regular tomato sauce, and with fresh tomatoes, and it looks amazing. But they're not even water bath canning. They're doing it the old way, which is fine. You know, if that's what you want to do. I'm trying to read the chat. Ah, it keeps disappearing. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to, this one is just about done. I'm going to add this to my sauce. I'm going to add this other one, a couple of the first ones that I added so that they just cook in the sauce. That one will be brown enough. Season this up. Finish these. And normally I do this first thing in the morning and the sauce will cook all day. But since it's fresh tomatoes and I've got everything in there and I didn't add any water so that it doesn't have to reduce and cook down too much, this is going to be ready for dinner tonight. It is 3:30 right now in California, and we will probably eat this around 6 to 6:30. So I will let it cook for quite a while, but I'm not letting it cook all day like I normally do. When I make big, huge batches of sauce, I let it cook all day. And if I'm canning it, I start it in the evening, probably around this time, and I let it cook overnight. And then I can it first thing in the morning, after eating meatballs for breakfast, of course. I have to have the meatballs for breakfast. And you want to just shape them kind of like this. A little bit flat, so they're not that thick. Oval, not round. They cook much better. Much easier that way. Okay, so how does this look? Can you guys see them? They look pretty good, right? And of course, I'm going to have to taste one for you guys. Mix these in the sauce. Now, I don't even think I'm going to... I was going to use an immersion blender for the sauce, but it's cooking down so nicely that I don't think I'm going to even be needing an immersion blender for this at all. I will show you guys what I mean. Whoops, let's see. That's the sauce. And there are still chunks of tomato in there, but there's not a whole lot of chunks. It's coming really nicely. And here is a close-up of the meatballs. They look really good. It's coming really good. Okay. Let's see. Down my phone. All right. Why did you say, "Oh no, Grandma"? What happened? What did I miss? Let's turn this up again. Did you see something wrong that I did? I missed chat. Okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything like that while I'm doing this. I'm going to turn this up a little bit because the oil got a little bit cooled down. Okay. That one can go in the sauce. And as soon as most of these are in there, oops, let's see. Oops. I keep losing chat. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. As long as it's not mine buffering, I don't want to lose this one. I know I'm having technical issues. We've been having cable issues since we moved in. We have Frontier cable. We had Spectrum where we were before. I would not wish Frontier cable on anybody. I've been having so many problems with them. I had to escalate it all the way to the president's office. Oh, it's just been such a hassle. And when you do this for, this is what you do for work, you kind of need internet to work. And we don't have anything but internet with them. We got rid of our cable for TV. We just stream now. Got rid of the $250 a month cable bill. So, you kind of need it to work. Let's see. Okay, I think there's another one. Oops, nope, that's not quite done. Okay, so what are you guys all making for dinner tonight? You know what I'm making. So, what are you guys all making? I know y'all want meatballs right now, but what are you really making for dinner? Okay. These look good. Anybody making anything special for dinner tonight? Okay, I'm going to put the rest of these in here. I am watching chat, I'm trying while I'm doing this, so if you guys type something, if you have any questions, just let me know. Almost done. And really, this is all that there is to it. Oops. Let's see. JD's picking tomatoes on our porch. They're still producing like crazy. Yeah, I've got a couple tomatoes. Ah, yes. Canning, when you're canning on the stove, I know. When I have two canners going, it's kind of hard to do dinner at the same time. We have no microwave at the moment. So it's kind of hard to plan dinner when you're canning. I always have two canners going now. I have two water bath canners and two pressure canners. And I try to have both full when I'm canning. What are you canning, Grandma Cheap Cheap? I know for me, having the two going, especially when I was doing the tomatoes, was a blessing. Real blessing. Because it's just so much easier. I did everything at once. The first video that I made, and then the next day I did the rest of the tomatoes, and I de-skinned them all, and then I put them all in the jar, and then I just got both the canners going at once, and it was so much easier and so fast. Okay, let me wash my hands. I'll be right back. Oh, that's right. You're making salsa verde. There you go. Let me know how that turns out. Like I said, I'm going to be doing that probably tomorrow. Possibly Sunday, depending on what we're doing over the weekend. I'm not real sure yet. But definitely sometime this weekend. Hopefully I don't have to wait until Monday to do that video. Okay. Get these all into the sauce. Stir the sauce a little bit. Now I will tell you guys, it has been a long time since I have done tomato sauce with fresh tomatoes. It's been quite a while. Yeah, I'm gonna roast the veggies too. I was watching a video from Linda's Pantry, and I saw that she roasted the tomatillos and the onions and the peppers and everything, and I have never I've never roasted the tomatillos like that. So, and I think I've only made it a couple times, and I don't think I've ever had it. I've ever made it with with the roasted tomatillos. Allie, yeah, I've seen raviolis at the Dollar Tree too. How do they taste? I've never tried them. Oh, are you? You're following Linda's recipe? Yeah, it looks like an amazing recipe. That's what I'm gonna do too. So yeah, it looks really good. So I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, get the rest of these done. I've got just a couple more to put in, and then I'm going to end the video pretty soon. I'll do a short video later when I serve dinner to let you guys know how it turned out. I'm going to get the rest of these in here. Of course, I'm going to have to do a taste test of the meatballs here pretty soon. I usually save one for me to taste. Of course, I mean, you know, have to sacrifice like that. I have to taste what I'm doing. Okay, put the rest of these in here. This made quite a bit of meatballs. I didn't count them. Usually I count them. Gosh, I would say about 30-35 meatballs I got out of this. Maybe a little bit more. I'll have to count them when I'm all done. Okay, that's the last one. Put my ring back on before I forget that. So they were really good, Ellie? The raviolis were really good there? I've seen them, but I've never done them. Never made them. I get raviolis, well, I make raviolis, and I haven't done that in a while either. That should be something that we do pretty soon. But we grew up making raviolis, and it's always been like an assembly line type thing where, you know, one person will do one thing and just go down the road, and then we freeze the raviolis and then have them for dinner. And gosh, we used to make probably 500 or 600 at a time, and we used to do that once a year growing up. So when my girls were little, they're now in their 30s with their own kids, but when they were little, we used to do the same thing with my parents, and it was so much fun. So I haven't done that in years, many years. So that would be something that I would love to do. So maybe I'll have to do a ravioli making video or a pasta making video. I used to make my own spaghetti. Haven't done that in many years either. Here. Wait, Ben. Okay. And as I said, you don't want to. Yeah, cavatelli. Yes, they are easier to make, and kids like to make them because you just pinch them, so they're fun. Those are fun. I usually get my raviolis and stuffed shells from Schwann's. I get Schwann's delivered, so I get them from Schwann's, and they're really good. They're really good. Smart and Final has them too, and they're a little bit cheaper than Schwann's is. But we've been getting Schwann's for years, and they're really good. They taste really good, especially with homemade sauce. So these are just about done. Stir the sauce again. Yes, I used to do fettuccine all the time. Fettuccine are so easy. Anybody who can make pasta and roll out dough can make fettuccine. And you can do thin, you can cut out thin, like linguine, I guess it would be, instead of spaghetti, because it wouldn't be round, but it's easy to cut it out. You don't really need a pasta maker to do fettuccine or even spaghetti. If you just roll it out the dough and you just slice it really thin with a pizza cutter, it comes out perfectly fine. And it's really linguine when you do it that way. Not spaghetti because it's not round, but just as good. Okay, these are almost done. Put one aside for me. Thank you guys for sticking by me through the disaster that I had earlier. I'm going to have to figure out a way to make these videos so I can do lives, because I'd like to do a live on why I can, why I enjoy canning and what makes me can, and if it saves me money. I think it does, and I'll tell you guys, you know, what I can and why I do. And I'd like to do it on a live because I want to answer people's questions. You know, I think that's the best way to do it. So I've got to set it up and figure out how to do that. Bye, Grandma Cheap Cheap. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I will be sure to watch your video because I love your videos. I love watching you. I really appreciate everybody who stopped by today to watch this process. I know it's been probably almost 2 hours since I began from the first video to this one. We're almost done. I'm going to show you the sauce after I put the last meatball in here and what it looks like. That will cook. That will be mine. And then I will stop the video. And like I said, I've got some really cool things coming up for next week. I've had a lot of requests, I know, for canning hot dogs, and I really want to get that video up because it's going to be a really short video and it's so easy to do and it comes out really, really well. And I know my grandkids love it. We go to the zoo with a jar of canned hot dogs and bread and some mustard, some ketchup, sit at the zoo, and we eat cold hot dogs because when you can them, it comes out like a barbecued hot dog. It's really good. Surprising. Really good. Oh, I wish you guys could smell the sauce. Honestly, this smells like one of the best batches of sauce that I have made in a long time. Sherry, I have never put raisins in my meatballs, but my mom did a lot of times, yes. I never really liked it, but my dad did, so she did used to use raisins every once in a while. Every once in a while. And then, like I said earlier in the last video, I think it was, instead of breadcrumbs, she used to use some fresh, not fresh, but stale bread and just break it apart and put it in the, you know, in the meat mixture for her meatballs. She also put sugar in her salt, or in her salt. I'm getting tired, guys. She put sugar in her sauce. And I do that when I'm making big batches. I don't do that when I'm canning. But I do it in some of my smaller batches. Sometime I didn't use it today at all. The tomatoes, I don't think I needed anything extra in this sauce. It tastes amazing. Smells so good. See if I can show you some of this. Let's see. I'm going to take you to see it, but that's the sauce. Really, really thick sauce. A little bit out of here. Taste it. Oh yeah. By far one of the best gravies I've made in a long time. I'm so glad I did this with the fresh tomatoes and put them aside. Really, really glad. Now, if I'd have made my own fresh pasta, this meal would have been perfect. There was a dish too. I don't know if you guys have done it. I don't know if it's an Italian dish. No, I know it's Italian, but I don't know if it's an East Coast thing. My mom, for Christmas, used to make spaghetti with oil. And it had anchovies in it, or anchovy paste. Did any of you guys ever have that? I didn't like it when I was a kid, and then I craved it as an adult. And my mom made it for me several times when she was living with us. It became it was a Christmas Eve tradition, and it was very good. Okay, shut this off. This here. Okay. Oops, let's go. Okay. Yes. Okay, Allie. Yeah, I kind of figured that you would know what it was. I've made it for my husband a couple times, and he doesn't like it. It's an acquired taste, I think. If you're, yeah, the anchovy is really nutty, and it gives a very subtle flavor to it. I don't like anchovies at all, but it doesn't taste like anchovies when you put it in the sauce. It's really good. Yeah, that part is really good. I haven't made that in years either. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't made. I do have all of my mom's old Italian cookbooks. Some are from Italy, and I need to go through it and just kind of decipher, which recipes are which, and the ones that I grew up with. I know she used to. Sorry, Ellie. She used to make chicken cacciatore, and I have yet to find the recipe for that, and I would really love to find that recipe. Something else that I hated as a kid. I just hated it. And I crave it now. My daughter makes it, and she got a recipe from online. So it's not my mom's, but it's really good. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys over here to the sauce. Let's see. Some sauce with meatballs. Look at that. Let's show you how thick this is. See, there's still some tomatoes in there, but what's already cooked down, oops, there you go, you can see that. What's already cooked down, I mean, that's nice thick sauce. That's like stick to your rib sauce. Good stuff. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to clean up the kitchen. My husband should be home pretty soon. Thank you for watching. Oh, and here's my meatball. Here, let's see. Here is the meatball. I'm not going to put any sauce on it right now. I just want to taste the meatball, see what it tastes like. Cool it down a little bit. Looks really good. Oh my God. Oh wow. Oh, you guys. And that's without sauce. I can't wait to put sauce on this. This is amazing. It's very, very moist. Oh. You can taste the fresh basil and the fresh parsley. There's just enough garlic in it. It's amazing. So, with that, I am going to let you guys go. I'm going to finish my sauce off, and I will do a really short video on what it looks like when it's all done on the plate, when I plate it up, after I make my garlic bread. It tastes amazing. Thank you guys for coming along on this journey with me, and for watching, and for putting up with my bad video takes, and having my phone fall right off the tripod. I really need to get another one. So hopefully this weekend. Thank you guys all for sticking with me, and I really appreciate it. And let me know if you want to see some more lives. And and what you want to see. Just leave it in the comment section when the video's over. And check out my other videos. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to me, and hopefully we'll do this more often now that I can figure this out. I have a stand for my tablet, so the tablet's not going to fall. So thank you guys, and I will see you again soon. Bye.